What's up, everybody? This is Lured Up, episode 22. I'm joined here with my co-hosts, Melissa Pescator and Ken Pescator. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up? What's going on? Adam, how are you?
Just chilling, take my first stab at starting the show.
You did it once before. You did it once before. Like,
well,
I think
this
like
is,
10 episodes ago.
True, I'm finally doing it. Because we're recording this on Sunday, March 11th, 2018.
3/11 day.
And you guys are going to hear it on Tuesday, March 13th, 2018.
Today's 3/11.
Today's 3/11 day, and it totally...
You didn't listen to 3/11 today?
Very disappointed in myself.
Well, we guess we got some time to listen to 3. I don't know if you're any 3/11 fans out there, but we're big 3/11 people. Obviously not, though, because you didn't even know it was 3/11 day. Did you know yesterday was Mario Day?
I did.
See, that's where your head's at. Well, I can appreciate that.
I love Nintendo, but what's this band? Three what?
Anyway, so we're a Pokemon Go podcast. What did I say last week? We take the game way more seriously than we do ourselves.
Yeah, I think so.
That's us.
Pretty much.
I wanna plug Patreon here. We launched the Patreon page. We have some pretty modest goals up there, and we wanna get the community involved. If you guys could check it out, we would really appreciate it. It's patreon.com/gottawatchemall. Get involved. We'd love to offer additional content to those that support us on Patreon. We're just getting started with it. So, we're inviting anyone to be our first patron. We'll give you
some love.
We'll give you a big old shout out, but patreon.com/gottawatchemall. I'll put it up in the description. All right. On today's episode, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is the calm before the storm. This is the week before a lot of changes are going to happen. So we're kind of just in cruise mode right now, but there is some stuff that's been cooking over the last week. So Rayquaza won Legendary Week. This happened just after we recorded last episode. There was an APK data mine of 0.93.4, which was the latest update. However, just before we started recording, I noticed an article from GoHub come up saying that the rollout actually stopped on Android. So we can still talk about the data mine, but it's interesting now that the rollout is completely stopped on that. So we'll see what happens in the coming days. There was actually 2 waves of EX raid passes that went out this last week and still screwed up. This is a slew of GPS based AR games coming out, and I want to talk about them because they've been in the trailer phase for a little while now, but these games are going to start to pick up steam over the coming months, and it's worth talking about to see if we think people are going to be defecting away from Pokemon Go to play another game that's similar that would require you to kind of play it exclusively. Like, this Wizards Unite Harry Potter game, you're really not going to be able to play Pokemon Go and Harry Potter at the same time. You know what I mean? Why not? Because what are you going to toggle between games? Like, it's just...
Take turns.
I don't know. We'll talk about it in a minute. And then part of the Legendary Week perks, there was windy raid bosses that came out. We'll go over the new bosses and stuff, but we're going to look at Claydol. Claydol is a tier 3 boss that is exceptionally challenging. It's super tanky. So we're going to do a little bit of a raid guide, and we'll do our battle party segment on Claydol, and maybe we'll do this as a 2-man challenge. So 2-person challenge to see who could do Claydol. Now, last episode I was talking all the smack about Jinx, and the day after we recorded...
It disappeared. Niantic stole our challenge.
So it was like, I guess never mind on the Jinx.
Irrelevant.
We'll have a little community challenge this week with seeing if you could do a 2-person Claydol. And, I don't think anyone has soloed it yet, so I'd imagine that it would have to be the elite of the elite with the perfectly spec'd party, to get through that. But, we'll go over all that stuff in detail here. So Rayquaza won Legendary Week. What that meant was during the week that Groudon and Kyogre had come back, they were doing a cumulative tally between Groudon and Kyogre, how many defeats each of those Pokemon had, versus the amount of defeats that Rayquaza had during the weekend. Whichever Pokemon had the most defeats would unlock a certain level of perks or a certain type of perk. So Rayquaza nudged out over Groudon and Kyogre, so we're getting a whole bunch of windy stuff that's been going on. And what does that mean? It means we have windy hatches that are coming out, which are fantastic because this is going to give us, in the 10k egg family, we're going to have Bagon, Beldum, Chimecho, Ralts, Dratini, Aerodactyl, Skarmory, whatever, but Bagon and Beldum and Chimecho. These are
I just got one of those 10Ks.
You just got a new 10K? Mm-hmm. Awesome. So all this stuff has been running from the 5th through the 16th. So we have a couple days left on these perks. So any egg picked up before the 16th is going to be, probably the 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern or something like that is going to be, balanced with these windy perks. And then we also had a raid boss shakeup as part of this as well. So that's what we were expecting. And that's kind of what Niantic had, disclosed to us before the event. This is what's going on. Whoever wins, you get these perks. But then they drop double XP on us. So in addition to these perks, we're running double XP right now, straight through to the 16th. And the 16th is when Rayquaza goes away. So we have all this stuff cooking right now. We're just in cruise mode now because the stress of getting Rayquaza has kind of subsided. You have one week or less to get Rayquaza now, just a couple more days, 6 more days here. And I don't know what could be next. We're in that speculative phase at the moment, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes next. But let's talk about these raid bosses. So I'm very excited that Charizard has made a return to tier 4 raids. I think Charizard is just fun. And, even though it's not relevant in the meta, you're not really going to be using it to go against people. It's still fun to battle. The animation is awesome. It's my son's favorite Pokemon, so I know if I see a Charizard, he's down to do it. And, it is a tough raid boss, but the tier 3 is what we're going to focus on right now. So tier 3, you have Starmie and Claydol are the ones that are kind of the standouts here. But Claydol is the one we're going to get into detail at the end of the show. And Adam, have you experienced any of these new windy raid bosses? Have you done anything?
I've done a Charizard.
How many people?
1, 2, 3.
Did you beat it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Oh, I didn't know you could 3-man. I thought you needed at least 4 or 5.
I don't know. We all had, high level Vaporeons and stuff. Oh, no, it was 4. It was 4.
It was 4? Okay.
The one guy had 2 phones. Okay, that's what it was.
I got 2 phones. Claydol is the one. Now, you're coming to New Jersey, hopefully, for Community Day. Yes. I think this would be really cool for us to try to first 3-person a Claydol with the 3 of us. And then, me and you can go and try to 2-man it. Because I know Melissa...
What you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is you spend your candy and Stardust wrong, so your Pokemon can't hang with the big dogs.
And I have no revive still.
Well, you need to go restock, son.
I did.
No,
where's the Claydol raid guide? That's what I need right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through Claydol. We're gonna go through Claydol. We'll figure this out. I think this is a unique Pokemon to bring in here. I think it's different. I think it's, just weird looking, so I want to see it real big on the screen.
It is weird.
What do you think is coming next, Adam? Do you think this is going to be the Reggies?
I think we'll get the Reggies, just because, there's 3 of them. They can get at least 3 solid months out of that.
But you don't think that's too long of a deployment for that? I don't know if that might be a little anticlimactic.
We've got Community Day now, so as well as that big event, we still have, and then we have events for, there's the potential for another Go Fest.
I guess, yeah, but that's July. I don't know. I think that the month-long window is long. It just seems that the real anxiety to get out there and raid kind of fizzles by the 3rd week. That may be the last couple days it's been picking up, but I think it'd be really cool if they gave us all 3 for a month. And that way it was just an all-out madness to try to get, you don't know what you're going to get till the egg pops kind of thing. I don't know. I think that would be neat. And it would be a shakeup. It would keep people on their toes. It would keep them
stressed out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that could be a lot of fun.
I don't know. I think that might be cool. I just think that putting it out 3 months might be too long. It might just push this. When are we expecting Gen 4? It's who knows?
Christmas?
It could Christmas, right? So it's
somewhere around there.
They have to introduce Mythicals soon. And there's just a bunch of legendaries in Gen 3 still too. So I don't know. It's going to be cool. I enjoy the speculative phase of this game where,
You don't know what's next.
You don't know what's next. You can just kind of talk smack about what you possibly think it could be, but I think the Reggies would be cool.
If you call it right.
And then Niantic's like, nope, whatever you thought it was going to be, it's not going to be, because that's how we roll.
They're like, just kidding. We're going to shake up the raid bosses again. And we're going to give you back the birds and the dogs. On a side note, I tried to do this last week. I tried to do this. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, maybe if I stop here, I think I stopped on Saturday. So I started my streak on Sunday. And it was the hardest thing in this game is to just not catch anything.
Well, that's torture.
Right? No, because I was trying to get it on a Sunday because I'm, that's when the community day is. So I wanted to be able to get down there and then my first catch be a Bulbasaur and get the ×3 experience on the 7-day streak.
Right.
So I switched it. I started catching things on Sunday and didn't realize that brings me to Saturday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
And I saw like my first thing, like we were just, I was in the car. I saw a Whalmer and I'm like, oh my God. And I threw a ball at it and it was just, I just chucked it. Like it was awful. And it starts shaking and I'm like, no, pop out, please. And then it popped out and I was like, all right, run. And then I saw a Magikarp. What else I see?
That's when like you'll see all the rare Pokemon or boosted.
Yeah, and I saw weather boosted route, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I just had to, bite my tongue and just say, "No, can't do it." And so today, I decided to actually, figure it out for real. And today, I need to not catch anything. So tomorrow starts, my 7-day streak. So it'll end on Sunday. Because it starts on Monday, so then that'll bring me into day 7. So, and let me just tell you, there's nothing in this game, and it's even harder because it's ×2 experience. So it's like,
right.
I'm not catching, so I'm not gaining any experience, and then my heart's been racing every time I click a Swablu or an Aeron, and I saw a Geodude this morning at like 12:15, and I'm like, ooh, and I clicked it, and I was like, all right, back out.
See,
as much as I would love.
There's never been a situation where I'm not going to catch it. I would never do that to myself. And my stuff has been out of sync for forever because we got snowed in one day and I didn't make it out to a Pokestop that day. So it threw my streaks off by one day. So I should have went out that day.
You had a long streak going.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Ken, I can see a Pokestop from your house. So
yeah. I know. I was
like to walk there.
I don't know what I was thinking, and it was just like, oh no! I remember like realizing it at like midnight, after midnight, and I was like, no! I was so mad. I was like, I am such an idiot. But
But what a nail biter to like have all of these shiny like potentials, and you're clicking on them while trying not to catch anything. That's crazy.
Well, if a shiny comes up, you got to say, screw the streak.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
All right, so the game was updated actually twice over the last week. Now, again, it's relative to say the game was updated because what that really means is updates were pushed out there, the APKs were available, but they were rolling it out to devices, so not everyone got the update. There's a way with the APK that you can kind of force it on Android. I haven't gotten any updates on iOS, and iOS is always the last thing to update whenever anything happens in Pokemon Go. 0.93.3 came out first, and with that update, there was a bunch of stuff that it was good in there, but there was this big glitch where, because of daylight savings time, the internal game clock was kind of screwed up. So the raid passes that had gone out to people that were using that version, instead of the raid pass time being set on their own local time, it was set to like universal time, UTC. So it could have said 6 p.m. when your raid was really at 10 a.m. because it was set to UTC time and there was no indication of that. So people were running the risk of showing up at their Mewtwo at the wrong time.
How would they know?
They have to watch YouTubers. That's the only way to really find out. That's how I found out. Then, so they came out with 0.93.4, which fixed the time zone thing. And there's a bunch of code changes in there. And now, just before we recorded, an article comes out saying that the rollout of 0.93.4 has stopped. Now, they've done this before where an update has come out and then they shortly after they stop it. And then, usually it's to roll back certain pieces of code or take things out, or there's weird situations of why that would happen. It's not necessarily a bad thing. They might just be cleaning stuff up, but it is interesting that there was like this flurry of bug activity. Then there's they rushed to fix it. They got another version out and then now they're stopping it. So I don't know. It makes you kind of question the stability of these updates that are coming out. Like, are they better off not putting out these smaller updates? Are they better off holding things back if they have a stable version and then just waiting for, a more significant change? Like, I'm always one to say, like, update the game as often as possible, but I don't know. It's weird. I mean, on iOS side, it doesn't really matter because we're always late to the game anyway. So by the time we get the update, it's already been hashed out.
My phone never works anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like today, I was plagued with the game on, the phone vibrating, the sound that a Pokemon is appearing, and then I really quick look at the screen, and I'm spinning around in a circle, and nothing is there.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The phantom spawn.
Nothing
Yeah,
is
I've
there.
had a lot of that happening.
It's not even like it's appearing on my screen and then disappearing, and I get a glimpse of what it is. No, it's the ultimate
Troll.
Yeah. It's like, psych, here you go, vibrate, sound. Where is it?
I get it where I see the Pokemon for a second and then it'll vanish. Like if I'm driving, like it thinks I'm moving too fast or whatever. There was that glitch that they addressed that, where they said, yes, we know that Pokemon are disappearing off nearby and off the map, but what you were talking about, I remember when it happened to you, you were like, oh, you're just like,
raging.
I gotta say something about this on the show.
Days it's been happening.
Again, this is going to happen as they're rolling out new features, as they're developing the game, as the game is getting more and more complex. There's more things that are going to potentially rear their heads, and it's
a lot of people lately have been talking to me about how they're having tons and tons of GPS drift. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I haven't seen that on my side, but my phone is typically pretty stable with the GPS. Melissa's phone,
I drift like crazy.
You bounce around a lot.
Doesn't really bother me though.
Well, you pick up some Ks. You pick up some distance.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the only good thing. Sometimes I'll load it up in my house and I'll go up the street, down the street, up the street. Down the street.
I don't go that far. I mean,
oh no, I go places while sitting still.
Pay attention to what version of the game you have. If you want to make sure, I'll put the link in the description for the APK mine of the 0.93.4, and there's actually, I think it shows you where you can check. Just hit the settings button in the bottom right hand corner. It'll show you your version, so you can see that. But I don't know. It's interesting when all this stuff starts rolling out and then they have to halt it because they're kind of figuring out things that are happening, as it comes out. It's all live fire exercise, I guess you're not going to know.
It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve for everyone.
Well, it's a never ending story.
Especially with us being so demanding.
Whoa.
Dude, well, we are demanding.
We are very demanding.
Well, you're very demanding because you're the internet.
I want my Pokemon.
So Melissa didn't buy any of the boxes. I wanted to make fun of her.
You know what I did?
Because the boxes went away.
I bought one super incubator.
You bought one super incubator?
That's all I had enough coins for. And I was very happy
how
with
ridiculous
my
is it? They gave us the incubators for like 2 or 3 days, and then they were gone. Are you kidding me?
All right. What I don't understand. Yeah, everything went away today.
Well, I'm very happy that I made my purchase.
Look, it's like they gave us the announcement that the boxes were leaving, not that the super incubators were leaving.
Yeah, they said the special sale, but this is what I don't understand. They put the super incubators under the sale heading at $200. That should be the regular price for a super incubator. You know what I mean? It's not on sale. It's for sale, but it's not on sale. Mm-hmm. Move that shit down. Move it to the regular section, next to the regular incubator, because there's no, I want a sale price. I want $150. Give me the super incubator for the price of a regular incubator. Now we're making a deal.
Now we're incubating.
No, I've got a couple eggs cooking right now, and the 10K drop rate from Pokestops has been increased for sure. And I picked up a bunch of 10Ks. I've already hatched them. I got 3 bag on in a row, so I was finally able to get my Salamence, and I got a 93%er, which is awesome. I'm psyched on that. I got a Chimecho.
Yeah.
Which was great. Pokedex.
It's cool.
A Chimicho.
A Chimichow. I got a Beldum, which was my first one with 20 candy, so I'm excited on that. So I got a bunch of Dex entries, and then I got lazy, and I finally just evolved an Aeron up to Aggron, an Aaron up to Aggron because I couldn't hold out any longer. I had like 300 something candies. No, but because I got a good one. I got like a 93% Aeron.
Good.
I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'll just bring them up. My home badge just jumped. I'm up to 109.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do all the I don't know if I'll record it or not, but I'm gonna get all these into the decks.
Well,
before
now's the time.
Ends.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the double XP is just awesome. It's huge. You know, if you do a legendary raid with a lucky egg right now, it's 40,000 XP. That's how a lot of these new jacks get to level 40 real quick.
New jacks.
Because they just raid, 20,000 times a day. And then, they get stupid experience.
Now, they're smart. They're the true nerds because they're like, we don't need to play every day. We'll just wait for these special times.
Bullshit. You look at their Pokemon catch count. They caught math. 2,000 Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's like that's Bush League.
Yeah, you don't even play the game. You just do raids.
Do you even catch, bro?
Isn't it gotta catch them all, not gotta raid them all? Come on.
No, that's always a fun argument of, the core player bases. You have the raiders that are just level 40 by, not because they've caught a ton of Pokemon. It's just because they've
by raid training
raiding. Yeah. Dude, Reversal was out the other day, did 108 raids in one day.
What?
It's crazy.
Shout out to Reversal.
Yeah,
dude, man, shout out to Reversal. That's gotta be freaking exhausting and expensive.
Well, not with this box.
Well, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's why you gotta stock up. He put a screenshot up of I think he posted a image saying the sale is over and he only had 1,300 coins. And SBJ from Super Effective Podcast says, dude, you're low on coins. And then Reversal's next post is, yeah, I bought everything, right before the sale ended. And he shows his raid passes and stuff. He's got 500 raid passes. It's how do you have any room for balls? It's like you're just, I guess if you're just raiding, you don't even need Pokeballs.
Nope, you get the premiere, so.
Yeah. So that was a funny, deal with it. It was put the sunglasses down over Reversal, Thug Life. Just I already bought this.
Well, I've got 7 10K eggs incubating right now, so I mean, I'll definitely share that.
Well, hopefully you'll get Beldums and Bagons.
Yeah, hopefully you get some good stuff.
I want 100% Chimecho. That's what I want.
Dude, Chimecho has the coolest sounding cry. Little bells. It's diddling. Awesome.
How'd that go?
Diddling.
Thank you.
Diddling.
All right, I mentioned earlier, there was 2 waves of EX raid passes. They are still screwed up. This is the thing. More trainers are getting EX passes. More people are putting Mewtwo in the decks. That's a good thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good thing, but it's still screwed up. It's still, they had this issue with the time zone. There were situations where people were getting multiple EX raid passes to different locations on the same day at the same time. So they go into their inventory, they have 2 EX raid passes, one in location A, one in location B, both on, March 11th or March 10th at 5 p.m.
So it's which one do you go to?
Well, yeah, you better drive quick between the two, tap and go. But there were some cases where people got 3 raid passes at the same time because they did back-to-back days. The waves came out. One was for a March 10th raid, one's for a March 17th raid. The March 10th raid was the one that was kind of screwy and potentially affected by the time zone bug with daylight savings. But the March 17th one seems to be okay. And the good news about this is it looks like they're back to using, and I know this is a little nerdy for some, but they went back to using level 13 S2 cells, meaning the previous 3 waves of EX raids, they were using level 12 cells. Now, there's 4 level 13 cells within a level 12 cell, meaning there could be 4 times as many EX raids in the same geographic area, where before there was only 1 in a certain area. Now there could be up to 4. So that means more EX raids.
I mean, wait, what?
More passes. More Mewtwo.
Okay.
More happy.
Cool, yay! Speaking of more Mewtwo, I know someone who got more Mewtwo.
I happened to get one of these for the March 10th.
Dude, I was so happy for you, because I was like, last episode you're like, I did 2 raids, both at EX raid locations, and I was like, oh shit, Adam's getting his act together. He's just like focused on EX raids, and then boom, you get the pass. I was so fired up for you, man.
Yeah, no, and it's I mean, it's strange because I've literally only I did that 1 raid there, and then I did another. That's it. As far as Niantic's concerned, raid often. And I raided very lightly.
They need to do a redaction on that, email or that post they put up of, this is how you get an EX raid pass, level up the gym badge, raid off and do all this and that, because they're not sticking to that formula in any way, shape, or form. So things are screwy with this EX raid system, but people are getting,
as long as you're getting,
that's what I mean. It's like you can't, as much as I want to talk shit, it's like, people are still getting them. That's a good thing.
I would be upset if people were not getting them at all, or you were getting the passes and you were showing up to the raid and the raid crashing or something crazy like that. Or not enough invitations being sent out or something crazy like that. Then be mad. But they're going out. People are showing up. You're getting your Mewtwo's.
That's what I mean. It's like you can't be too down on it. How many people showed up to your raid?
Okay, so here's the thing. I brought my camera. I was gonna, record or vlog, whatever. And, I got there and I was like, there's so many people here. And I've never seen half of these people.
Nice. Well, see, that's cool.
And so I just got out of the car and started talking to people, and it's like, the normal raiders were there. But to see all these new people, it was just so strange. And it's like, I don't know, it's just really fun to just be there and meet all these new people. It was just, I don't know, it was a weird thing, because it was it came in guns blazing, I wanted to record and everything. And my camera, I just left it on in the car. I was like, all right. Because I haven't seen these people before.
Because you chose to earn real life XP.
You did? Yes. Oh my God, again, that was awesome.
Rather than in-game, you know what I mean? You were living that's what's freaking awesome about this game. That's
I still screen recorded it, so I have that and a little scenic recording or whatever. So I'll post
the human
that on
element
our
is
channel.
awesome.
Yeah.
The human element is what this is all about. So
exactly.
that's awesome. But it was a big group, huh?
Yes, and it's cool because it's as a group we still don't have that leader, if you will.
Right.
There's no solid person that's because we're all still trying to hey, I'll get over here and I'll get over here, but I'm the likable guy. Everybody likes me, so it's I don't know, how do I become that?
You started Discord.
The guide,
you started Discord. You set the whole shebang up without telling anybody. And then you show up one day and you're like, yo,
I found this Discord.
Here's the Discord. Get with it.
well, that's the thing. Half people have Discord. Half the people have Facebook Messenger.
Dude, that's what I was talking about last week here. It's the same situation here. And it's so hard to unify because the Discord people don't want to use Facebook. The Facebook people don't want to use Discord. Discord is a pretty significant learning curve. It functions very differently than Facebook. Facebook is old school AOL Instant Messenger, it's where in Discord you're typing command prompt. You know what I mean? So it's it's very different. It's very different. So it is intimidating, but dude,
I had so much fun.
If you don't have a leader, man, be that guy. Be that guy.
You could be that guy, Adam. I have faith in you.
Well, so here's the thing. It's we were all together. We all did the raid. Everybody is just jazzed, and we all know that there's a Rayquaza that's popping in 15, 20 minutes after the Mewtwo raid. So we're all just kind of hanging around chatting and stuff. And then we're all we'll meet you over there. And so, all of these raiders, we all travel back to town essentially because we did it at the high school and then come back and we're in town and we're all together, and it's just like everybody's out of the car. We're all freezing, but we're all like out of our cars because that's like a huge thing. Everybody said, you know, oh, I kind of want to stay in my car, but we're all getting out of our cars. We're all having fun. Like it was nice. Like that human element is just, it's unbeatable.
Well, that's why it needs to get warm so Melissa can get back out there.
Yes.
Because
it needs to be at least 90 for her.
Melissa is because she's the Jersey attitude that she has on this show, like the internet personality. In real life, it's so much funnier because you'll have like there's always like the couple weirdos in the raid. We've talked about this before. You have the certain characters that are like the expert or the organizer or the chief or whatever, and it's so great. Melissa will just chump them. She'll be the guy will be like, all right, come on guys, we'll split up into teams.
I'm
we're gonna do this.
He'd be like, nope.
He'd be like, nah, bro, we're good.
Nope. I'm gonna do this right here.
We're good. But Adam, I'm glad you got another Mewtwo. I'm glad it's better than your first one.
Yes. I mean, it's only by 12 CP better, but I'm happy with it. As long as I can keep catching ones that are better, it'll make me feel good, as long as they're not worse, because then I know that I can just transfer them.
You're right.
Well, so I mean, honestly, I only keep 3 of each legendary, so they don't take up.
Yeah, but Mewtwo, dude, Mewtwo's different. Come on, I think
not to me.
So you've transferred a lot of legendaries already?
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
I had transferred a single legendary.
Yeah, neither have I. But I don't have as many as you guys.
Get good.
Well, I'm sorry. I have a life outside of Pokemon. Oh,
shots fired.
No, I don't. I really don't, actually. That's the best part.
Ricochet bullets.
Yeah, okay, so I have 3 Raikou, 3 Entei, and I know that I deleted some Entei because we did Philly Free Streets, and I have my Entei from Philly, and I know that I've deleted several to make room in the bag. I have 4 Suicune, and I think that's just because I have hidden power on one of them, or 2 of them. And one's a fire, and one's a rock.
I don't...
So, I don't know if I'm supposed to get rid of those, or those are legacy moves or something. So that's why I have 4 of those.
See, I don't really have many. I've really been a freaking filthy casual the past 2 weeks with raids. I've really done nothing. I went really hard for Rayquaza the first week, but I'm looking at my legendaries now, and I've got 5 Articuno, only 3 Zapdos, 3 Moltres, Mewtwo. Here we go. We got 8 Raikou. I have 10 Entei, 5 Suicune, only 1 Lugia, 5 Ho-Oh, 3 Kyogres, 4 Groudons, and 9 Rayquaza. So it's I'm very imbalanced.
That's too many requests.
That's what I mean. It's I'm all over the place, and so many of them are crap too. But I don't know.
Well, then delete them.
You know what?
I need those candies.
I feel weird. It's
either you spend the rare candies on that.
It's one candy.
I have a ton of Farfetch, and I just can't seem to.
I did some.
I can't get rid of them, but I got a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, I still have I think 100 Delibird. Okay, guys.
Oh,
wow, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You gotta get rid of them.
Talk about
But then again, if I had 100 Snorlax, I don't think I can get rid of them.
No, I remember I've transferred Snorlax before, and I remember doing it and be like, Melissa, look,
it hurts
say go, I'm
me.
going to put him in the meat grinder.
Oh no, my Laxie.
Oh, I lost. I had a Hello Darkness, my old friend moment the other day. I go plussed what would have been a Pokedex Soul Rock, weather boosted, 1900 plus CP.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
And it ran. This is the worst part. I saw it on the screen. I tapped it. As I was pressing the button on the Go Plus, I was like, no. And it was, I got the vibration that it ran on the Go Plus, but it's still on my screen. And I'm like,
so you're like Ultra Ball, Golden Raz.
I know the first time
this.
the ball hits, no matter what, it's just going to run, and it just, sure as shit, ding, it goes in the ball, pops out, runs. I was just like, that was the first one I've ever seen, and I was...
You blew it.
Dude,
you blew
I
it.
freaking
that
blew it.
You had one job. Just catch the Pokemon.
I was so mad, and it was literally in passing. It wasn't like I saw it on the Pokedex, on the map or anything, or on the nearby and went to it. It was literally just
there.
I was livid.
That's like spawns at my work.
I wish I had random spawns like that. You know, my house is a freaking spawn point. I'm looking at 3 oddish right now.
No, that's pretty good ever.
Oh, a hoot hoot just came. I've got actually, all right, I have 3 oddish, a chikorita, a beedrill, and a hoot hoot right now in my house.
Well, beedrill's decent.
Yeah.
Beedrills they suck to catch. They suck to catch.
Yeah, but when you get that 100%, you're like, yeah.
All right, let's take a little tangent here. We're going to take a little drive down the mobile video game AR space really quick here. There's a bunch of games coming out. Did you see the trailer for the new Jurassic World game? It's called Jurassic World Alive.
I did.
So it's the Pokemon Go model. It's a top-down, looks like a GPS, looks like a car navigation system with a little guy walking around. And there's dinosaurs in the real world, and that's what you get. It's just like Pokemon Go. The same thing is going on with Ghostbusters. Now, we already know Niantic is doing Harry Potter, so now you have 3 big game makers, 3 big franchises, 3 big titles, all coming.
I'll play all of them.
See,
all of them. I will download all of them. It'll break my phone.
Melissa was excited about Ghostbusters.
Yes. The thought of possibly one person sliding their phone as the
ghost
trap and another person sticking their phone out and using it as their beam to try and put
it sounds cool.
It sounds fun.
But that's the problem. The problem is that it could be cool. Because is this going to take away from the player base of Pokemon Go? Now, Jurassic World, this is my son's life. He is all about Jurassic World, dinosaurs, like that's his thing. I know sure as shit that if we're out playing Pokemon Go, he's going to be playing Jurassic World.
But you know what? I'm fine with that, and I think that's cool, and I think that it'll give a new
What
kind
if we
of
need
aspect.
another raid? We need some raid support.
So you'd be like, yo, do me a favor.
Yeah, it's just a T-Rex. You don't need to catch that.
But the big one is going to be Harry Potter because it's a Niantic game. So you know the infrastructure and you know all that kind of framework is going to be there already. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Come April, last April is when we got that number from John Henke of him saying that there was still 65 million active monthly users. I hope this April they come out with the same numbers. I'd like to see where the game is at. And it's going to be really interesting to see how those numbers are affected by all these AR games that are coming out. And, remember like Draconius Go,
Remember it? Wait, what game?
Oh,
exactly.
God,
but that game is still being supported. There's still people playing it, but it fell off the face of the earth, because it was just a straight knockoff of Pokemon Go. And it was
I'm going to be honest. I did actually log in the other day, and mind you, I haven't touched this game. I haven't touched this game since I don't know, what was the last?
I don't know.
I
think Mewtwo's
Christmas
in space right now, building up a shadow ball to throw at New Hampshire right now.
Whatever. I think maybe November. I don't know. Whenever before the Thanksgiving event, there was something. And I quickly logged in, and I was just like, oh, well, I'll leave this guy in this random, because there's a gym thingy in the mall. And I just left it there.
It's still there?
It's still there. I mean, mind you, I collect...
There's not a single soul playing that game.
Ever played that game.
So I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll get these 2 coins that I'm owed for 6 months worth of...
But, that with a game like that, it's from... it's an IP that's completely original. No one has any connection to it. They're learning about it as they go. And here we have Harry Potter, Jurassic World, and Ghostbusters. 3
Nostalgia 101.
Yeah, but right 3 unique segments. To a certain degree, there's going to be crossover with all 3. But each of them, standalone, is, has their own... core following. So
yeah, but it's all going to depend on how the game is executed and how the game is actually played.
And if they have supported events.
Yeah, Pokemon Go was, I think, part of the reason why it's so popular was because anyone can pick it up and start playing. It's not hard to put your finger on there and spin the ball and throw it at a Pokemon. It's easy to pick up and play. These, It really depends on how they execute the game.
They have the Pokemon Go model to just go after it. I mean, in the video of the Ghostbusters game, it does look awesome. You know, where your phone, using the gyroscope in the phone and all that, you're using it like a proton blaster. You know, I don't know. I kind of look at these games like kryptonite. I can't touch these freaking games.
Oh, you're playing them with me.
I can't. No, there's
will.
Look, I may want to try them to play them to see what they're all about, but there's no way that any of these games could take over the time or the real estate of my hand if I'm out in a scenario where I'm playing a mobile game.
I guess for me being a casual player, I have enough time that I'm willing to split the time between the different games.
But you're not real. You're the weirdest casual player ever.
Entertained. I'll be like, yo, let me catch some ghosts. Like this morning, I just feel like catching some ghosts, and like later on, I'll be like, this afternoon, like I had a really rough day. Let me catch them. Let me fight a Triceratops. I'm gonna bust out this Triceratops real quick, and then I'll come home and I'll be like, let me spin this Pokestop. And
I think that's too much to handle.
I think it's great. And then at night, I'll cast some spells at you while you're sleeping.
Yeah. I honestly, I think it would be too much. And because, Melissa plays freaking Candy Crush and...
Oh, I love my Candy Crush.
And Disney Emoji something.
Yeah.
Emoji Blitz.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
And I play other mobile games too. And it's like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I think the one that we really have to worry about is going to be Harry Potter when it comes to stealing players, because
it's not going to steal players.
I don't think people can play both of these games. I don't think people can be vested in both of these games.
The way that you are.
Well, yeah.
I think the percentage of people that play is that like you is not that big.
Well, those are the cool people. Okay,
you may be very nerdy. That's true.
We are.
I like cool the nerds.
But come sit at our table.
Adam, what games are you playing? Are you going to try these games?
I honestly will probably download all of them just to
for science, right? Yeah, for science.
Yeah, it's for science,
right?
But I think ultimately the one that will probably be like, because it reaches my kids' level, they both really enjoy Ghostbusters, so I think that'll be our family type thing. Like, we'll all go out and play Ghostbusters.
Hey, but that's the caveat. If the game can do, well, that's what Pokemon Go had the power to do, and if another game can do that, that kind of needs to trump, any proclivity to a certain game. If you have the ability to get your family together out doing something, I mean, that's kind of gotta.
Yeah, and I mean, I can, I know how to use my phone and, back out of stuff and close it really quickly and open up Pokemon Go and get my Pokestops or catch that Pokemon. Like, I can multitask.
GPS on the phone's going to be stressed out.
Yeah, that's probably why I have so many drifting issues. It's like, you're in Messenger? You're just not going to be there. Like, because I know if I go into Facebook Messenger, like every time I go back into the Pokemon, it's like, where are you? Network error.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, let's wrap up the show. Let's talk about Claydol. This is going to be we're going to kind of do this from like a raid boss guide perspective, and then we'll kind of wrap it up with our battle party segment.
Battle party. Ooh, ooh. You got to do it, Ken. Come on.
All right, you ready? Battle party.
Battle party.
Ooh, ooh. Battle party.
Battle party.
We're the worst. All right.
We're the best.
Claydol's a tier 3 raid boss, 13,450 CP. Doesn't seem daunting at first. Hey, it's tier 3. Tier 3s are doable. Solo. Melissa's making the derpiest face right now because she can't solo a tier 3. Man, I can't believe I didn't get a chance to go against Jinx. Claydol is a ground psychic type, so it's going to be boosted in sunny weather or windy weather. This is another deceiving thing too. Perfect catch CP. It's only 1,018. Weather boosted, it'll be 1,272. Like Jinx, there's a ton of weakness here. So it's weak to bug, grass, dark, ice, water, and ghost.
That's a lot.
A lot of these are types that you're pretty much going to have someone good in your lineup, and you're going to be able to make a significantly diverse lineup here without taking any real concession to the quality of the lineup just to be diverse. You're not going to really sacrifice anything. The move sets that Claydol can have, for quick moves, you could have Confusion, Extrasensory, or Psychic. And for charge move, you have Earthquake and Gyro Ball. Now, Gyro Ball is a steel move, which is kind of funky. You really don't see that too much. And Earthquake is ground. So depending on the type of charge move, it could kind of throw off which counters you're going to be best to use. And that's what we've seen. And that's the challenge of going up against a dual type, or at least someone that could have two different types of moves, because you never really know. You can never really be too confident about what Pokemon you bring, because there could be a surprise of what type of charge move you have. We're going to base our counter list here off of GoHub's article, and this is what they call for. And I pretty much agree with the whole thing. A couple of their alternates that they had in there were a little funky, but these are their top Pokemon to bring as counter for Claydol. Kyogre with Waterfall Hydro Pump, Gyarados with Waterfall Hydro Pump. Everyone's got a Gyarados. Hopefully you have a Kyogre. But the majority of trainers out there that are rating, in the meta are going to have a Gyarados. So, use those TMs to get Waterfall Hydro Pump. I can tell you right now, that's going to be the first 2 slots on my battle party. Mewtwo with Confusion Shadow Ball. Now, this is kind of weird because you have, you don't have the best defense here, but like Jinx, if I have an opportunity to use Mewtwo, I'm going to use Mewtwo. It's just because it's cool. And Tyranitar with Bite Crunch. Again, we've had a lot of Pokemon that Tyranitar has been relevant for. So you should have a Tyranitar set up with Bite Crunch, because that's going to, you're pretty much your go-to dark Pokemon for attacks. And then Gengar with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball. So right there, you've got, 5 Pokemon that you could bring one of each and be in a good position. And then the alternates, or the kind of B squad here to choose from, is Exeggutor, Houndoom, Jinx, or Lapras. I know Melissa's going to bring the Lapras, but,
what's the best moveset for, Exeggutor? Is that,
That's going to be Bullet Seed, Solar Beam. And, double grass moves, it is weak to grass, so it's going to be good. They have Salamence listed with Dragon Tail Hydro Pump. I haven't used Salamence. I just evolved to Salamence today, so I have no experience using it. But the Hydro Pump is just such a high output move. That's why they have that in there. They have Vaporeon in there. They have Groudon with Mudshot, Solar Beam. Again, just basing it off of the Solar Beam for the grass attack. But you're not getting Stab. That's why I kind of don't really agree with that too much, or I wouldn't use it. It's not as practical. Houndoom with Snarl or Foul Play. That's kind of like your budget Tyranitar. And then Jinx with Frost Breath, Avalanche, or Lapras with Frost Breath, Surf. So I kind of like Lapras, Frost Breath, Surf, because then you get a little bit of diversity in the moveset, and you're still doing good damage output. So this is what I'm bringing. And I talked last week how I hadn't gotten to a point where I was able to put a battle party together that has no redundancy when it comes to Pokemon. 6 Pokemon, 6 different Pokemon, and I'm going to do it this time. And Adam, this is what I'm going to use when you come down here and we 2-man a Claydol. I'm bringing Kyogre, Gyarados, Mewtwo, Tyranitar, Gengar, Exeggutor. That's my lineup. I'm so excited about this because I've never done this before, where I've had 6 different Pokemon in the party. I'm so happy.
Oh, you're switching it up.
What, Adam, what are you bringing?
I'm going to bring my Kyogre, Gyarados, Tyranitar, Exeggutor, Gengar, and Vaporeon, because he's going to be my anchor, because he's 100% fully powered up.
So you're pretty much like me, but you're subbing out Vaporeon for Mewtwo.
Yes.
Excellent.
I don't have a good Mewtwo, so we'll just leave it.
And Melissa, who are you bringing?
I don't know.
I'd
have to. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have.
She'll bring her Lapras. She'll bring her Lapras.
I think
she does have a Mewtwo.
I have a good Mewtwo.
You have a good Mewtwo. You should probably do Kyogre, Gyarados, Mewtwo, Lapras. You have a good Gengar, and she plays with the sound on. So weird.
Gosh. Sometimes you gotta hear it.
No, you know what? It's when I got the what? See, sound effects. I wish that you had sliders for the volume of music and sound effects where it wasn't just on or off. I wish. I want. No, but I think you're pretty much going to be bringing the same thing as me. You're probably...
I'm going to bring Snorlax because...
Oh, God.
Just because.
You're the worst. You're the worst. Adam, did you really bring a Sableye to your Mewtwo raid?
Yes.
I love it.
He posted up his party. I was like, dude, he's legit got shiny Sableye in his party.
Yeah, somebody's like, is there Sableye in here? And I'm like, yes.
Nope.
I was like, it's powered up all the way.
Yeah,
I would have denied it the whole
who's
time.
that fool?
Another one.
Sound effects.
Oh, no.
Another one.
Well, I don't necessarily play with it. It's just kind of, I was looking for something.
No, it is cool every so often to put the music on. It does get you fired up, especially the battle music.
I do have.
Yeah, it also gets you fired up when you're like at work and like you forget.
You turn it on, it's like,
or your boss has this like Bose like speaker and it's like connected to, you know, and it says his
Bluetooth
name.
audio.
And it's him, and then but like I'll turn on my game and it's like they fight for each other, and somehow my phone just always takes over, which I don't understand that. But I'll be like, I'll just have it up, and then they'll be like, do 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 do.
No, it does get you fired up. It does get you fired up. And, you know, I had played with the game on mute for so long that when I finally turned it on, I heard like 2 different variations of the music that I never heard before. And I was like, damn, it's been so long since I played with sound. They put new freaking songs in I didn't even know.
No, seriously, I want them to come out with more songs. Like, there's so much they can do with like just the music alone.
Well, with when they did the Halloween event with, you know, the special,
that was on point.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. It was very immersive.
Yes.
I really liked that they did that. It was such.
And I think if you're moving at like a certain pace, I just feel like you could have the bicycle music, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
There's a lot of great music in the games and in the series. So
Right, like that's like why not?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it only makes the game experience that much better. And makes people want to have the music on.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I was
Oh my
watching
God, I'm embarrassed.
I was watching the Trainer Tips video when he was with Brandon Tan. And like Brandon Tan had the music on so loud in the car, they're like talking over it. And Nick like made a comment about it. And Brandon's like, yeah, dude, it's the only way to play when it cranked up. It's like, I can't handle it. But yeah, there's nothing worse than forgetting the sound is on and then you turn it on full blast and it like smacks you in the face.
Yeah.
So funny.
it'd be cool if here we go. Asking for more.
It'd be cool. There's
it'd-
Chimeco.
Aw, see, that's so cute.
How cute of a noise is that?
It
know.
is. It'd be cool if when a Pokemon popped up from the different regions that it played the song from that region, like
When you
Like,
encountered it.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you encountered it.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. You know what else would be cool? Other cool stuff. Lots of cool
lots
stuff.
of cool stuff, like events and
No, like trading.
quests and trading.
Hey,
and,
well, hey, there
player.
was some information about quests in the 0.93.4 that kind of got reverted, you know, and stuff. So there was quest data in there. So things are happening. Things are happening. I think we're gonna see something cool happen on the 16th. In addition to the raid boss rotation, the legendary rotation, I think we might see something.
The guy I was raiding with was showing me a lot about Ingress.
Yep.
And like how it works and everything, because like they had taken my Pokestop from Sprint out of the mall,
Yeah, you mentioned.
and so like trying to figure out if there's like anything close near me, and it's all this approval process and all that stuff, and so essentially, nobody in the community is gonna get one near my mall, so I'm like, all right. But he was just showing me everything in game and like how they have like badges, and it basically looks like the traveler's card.
Yes.
So like, you know, I mean, I can see easy quests being put into this, like super easily.
I watched the video on Ingress and I was so lost. Like it's such a unique
There's a lot.
interface for a game. It's like the interface is not your typical mobile game. So
Nope,
it's
not at all.
You know, and I know they were launching Ingress Prime, which was kind of like a sequel, but they were launching some Ingress Prime thing, and I don't know if that happened already, but that game is still flourishing. There's still a lot of players.
Yeah, he says there's a huge community behind it. It's just, and there's like 3 different like modes. You can do walking, biking and driving. Like there's like, you can set the game to let you know what you're doing, which is really cool. I don't know. It was just interesting. Like I was like, that to you is super exciting. Like, and I know you don't get Pokemon, and like I get Pokemon, but it's like I've been playing this since I was 10, so I relate to it like hardcore. And just like Ingress, just it doesn't interest me in any way, but it interests me into knowing like what it's
mechanically.
about. Like, yes, exactly.
For science. But all right, that's pretty much going to wrap up the show. Everything we do makes it over to our website, gottawatchemall.com. Please check that out. We've got links to our playlist on YouTube for all our different projects. You can see some of Adam's blogs. We have some TCG stuff, some TCGO, and of course we have playlists for the Gotta Watch Them All and Lured Up podcast. So be sure to check that out and give us a sub. Again, check out our Patreon. We'd love to have someone join as our first patron. That would be so awesome. And you could do it for as low as $1 and get some cool perks. We're going to have a Slack community for just $1. So that's going to be step one into engaging the community a little bit closer. So we'd love to have someone come over and help us out over on Patreon, patreon.com/gottawatchemall. And I can be found at ProudGamerTweet. Adam, where can they find you?
Find me at Phoenix Back 45.
And Melissa, where can they find you?
Well, she's the internet.
Right
she's
here.
everywhere.
She's just you're the Matrix. You're just the dripping green numbers. But we're at Gotta Watch Them All on Twitter. Connect with us. Give us a review on iTunes. We would love you.
Yes.
Forever.
Be nice to us.
Yeah, come hang out with us. Email
Give
us.
us a bunch of stars. Say some nice things. Like we're fun and we're funny and we know lots of stuff about Pokemon.
Next time we record, we'll have a new raid boss. I'm so excited.
Watch, they're going to drop mad information tomorrow. We're going to be like,
dude, that's what they've been doing. I keep
irrelevant.
having to record these bumpers at the beginning of the episodes because they release all this new shit like the minute we stop recording. They're like, by the way, here's another update.
Somebody check Twitter real quick. Make sure there's no news.
All right, everyone, but we'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much for checking us out, and peace out.
Peace.